Hey, good morning, Bob, Trade Genius. It's the 4th of March, and I was asked by someone, said, hey, you know, from a longer swing perspective, a little bit more secular, where would you put uh, your money into what assets in the stock market? And as I thought about it, I thought maybe I'd just share it in a video at the same time. And so I'm looking out next 60 to 90 days here, and I just want to tell you, I am long UNG, okay, and so there's a move every spring from basically sometime in March into June where you get a really nice pop. So here was last year's pop. Here was the pop from the year before. And these moves can be 10 to 20% in UNG and 20% plus in the futures markets, because there's a contract roll stuff here that kind of sometimes screws UNG up in terms of its ability to grow. So I have UNG, and I think this move here is going to go to at least the top of this channel. It likely will break this. The way the weather has been in Europe, US, and in Northeast Asia, which I include Japan in that, they're really drawing down their natural gas stocks. And this injection season, I think, is going to be pretty intense. So I would put UNG in there. I'm holding a stop at 21. I'll be sliding it up over time, but I'm looking for at least minimum 10% move here, if not 20% for UNG. The other one that I'm in, and I'm in through corns, but I'm just going to show you the general ETF, is JJG. And again, they had these spring spikes, and these spikes could be pretty massive, okay? And when I started Trade Genius, is that a lot of it was focusing on the global solar minimums and the effect. And we had a huge El Nino year that really boosted crops, which is ironic because the global warming crowd will tell you that you'll starve in global warming because crops will die. Well, crops exploded during that El Nino year, primarily in Russia. Russia became a marginal producer and just killed the markets for everybody else. Those surpluses are drying up, and in the U.S., the whole winter wheat region has gotten zero precipitation, zero. And the way the weather is now in Asia and in Europe and in the U.S., I think it's going to support it. But even if that's not the case, we're going to see a push here. This push came early, and I think we're going to push through, especially if we get over 29. I think we can run all the way up to 35. So I would have JJG on the things that you want to own. Okay. The other one is that we hit a wall at 3% on interest rates, and I just can't see it climbing over it without actually crashing the stock market. And people will move out of stocks into bonds because big money. Where are they going to go? They can't buy any more real estate. They seem to never want to buy gold and silver, and they're not going to move their money into cryptos. So they'll roll it back and forth in the bonds. They have these allocations. They're robo traded, and I'm looking for TLT to make a pop, and I'm looking for the 10-year to roll back down, and eventually I think the 10-year will make new highs, but not this go around. But I think there's at least a 10% move in TLT as well, and then this one here too. I have AG as a silver miner, but I'm going to start taking a position in SLV and building on it, because this is 3 higher lows now. We're making a nice little triangle, and these triangles break in the direction of the prior channel, and that was up. This is a long consolidation, almost 2 years, okay? And I'm looking for silver to just to rip, and so at least a 10 or 20% move in silver. And so I'm going to build a position here myself. If you want to wait because you're a little nervous, I'd get on the other side of this volume spike here, and you can set a buy stop at like 16.12 and let it run. and I think we're gonna look at, I think we'll see $18-19 in silver, and and those are the ones that I'm mostly focused on, and then obviously I have cryptos. So I thought I'd share that with everybody, and let's take a peek here. Ripple's rippling this morning. Let's see what it's doing here on an hourly. All of a sudden, in the last hour or so, it popped, and moving up here. I don't know if see if it breaks the high here, and see what Bitcoin's doing too. Everybody's getting ready for the weekend. So Bitcoin had a big run up again yesterday. It looks like it's a little flat here at the moment, but consolidating. And let's see if anything else is moving. Not really. Somebody's buying Ripple today though. Looks like probably just a trade. And Litecoin is just bouncing on the bottom of its support area. But I digress. I just thought I'd share those are things that I'm in. So I got 4 things that are pretty solid. And one thing I'm watching for is, if you want to have a 5th thing, is keep an eye on SALJ. Because the silver is going to go eventually. The miners will go too. And let me pull out to a weekly on this. Is that if you want to be patient on that, is because we're still, money flow is still consolidating here, even though we're making a higher low, that I would wait for you to get a higher high here to start a channel, or you may want to take a half position and then buy down here if it rolls back down, or then buy up here when it breaks out. Your call. So anyway, it's Bob from Trade Genius. I hope that's helpful. These aren't ones you're going to be jumping in and out of every day, but this would be a nice place for you to park your money, probably into May-June time frame, or let it all move up 10-15% and just slide stops up with it. And if they get hit, they get hit, but you made some good money. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.